Welcome to another episode of 5 Minutes with Freed. I'm your host, Michael Freed. I'm a litigation partner in the matrimonial and family law firm of Berkman, Botker, Newman, and Shine, with offices in New York City, Westchester, and Long Island. And today, my special guest is Tabber Benedict of Benedict Advisors. So, Tabber, welcome to 5 Minutes with Freed.
Good morning. It's so nice to be here and looking forward to this conversation.
Great. So, Tabber, tell us, what is Benedict Advisors and what's your role in the company?
Absolutely. So Benedict Advisors it started off a boutique corporate and M&A law firm focused on mostly corporate and mergers and acquisitions work. But we've become more full service, serving clients in other areas, including securities and capital markets, tax, fund formation, and sort of financing, and in other areas, including business and commercial litigation. My
Okay.
role, I didn't answer that question. My apologies.
It's okay.
My role is I'm the head of the corporate M&A division here. And I'm also the managing partner, so I collect the bills and do all the administrative stuff.
Sounds good. So, Tabber, you know that I'm a matrimonial and family law attorney. When would my clients most often require your services?
That's a great question because it doesn't seem obvious on the face of it, but I do believe that sometimes when big events happen, whether it be pivots in life and such, people go into new businesses. So if they were going into new businesses, or if they're making investments, or if they wanted to maybe take some money that they got out of an arrangement and buy a company to have sort of something that goes forward as a cash flow, all those sorts of things. And then also tax. That's actually sometimes important too.
So, Tabber, what's the best way for a prospective client or other professional like myself to contact you?
Well, absolutely. I mean, we do have a website. It's not very developed. We're developing that further. So they can email me. I have two emails, and I'll actually mention both of them because one of them is very difficult. It's actually in my screen right now. It's Tabber at Benedict Advisors, PLLC.com. Very long. And then there's a new one that sort of like is a forecast of the future, Tabber at BALaw.ai, because we do believe in incorporating AI into our workflows. And eventually, we do believe there will be a Benedict Advisors AI law firm. So Tabber at BALaw.ai is another way they can get in touch with me. Oh, finally, I should say, although I don't pick up unsolicited calls, they could also reach me on my cell phone at 917-570-9352 by text.
Perfect. So now, Tabber Benedict, we've now come to the most important part of our show, and that happens to be the question of the week. So, Tabber Benedict, this is your question of the week. You're able to host a dinner, and at your table, you're able to invite three people, alive or dead, famous or not famous, related or unrelated. Who would you invite and why?
So there's actually a couple of kind of like not as exciting answers. Two of the three are not exciting answers. I only say that because they're kind of obvious and or non-obvious. I'm not a super religious person, but I am kind of spiritual, so I do like talking with I would like to talk with people who are considered prophets or highly spiritually advanced. So one of the people that I'd like to have over for dinner is Jesus, just because I think that would be hugely interesting for a number for a number of reasons. Um, even if you don't believe in certain things that underlie certain religions, he would just be a very interesting person to have over to dinner. And I think the second, like, not as exciting answer would be FDR. He went to Columbia Law School like myself. He was very interested in politics like myself. I ended up not getting into it. I'd kind of wonder, I'd maybe ask him, why did you get into it? I'd really like to hear about, I mean, think of all the things he faced during his time in office, how he overcame them. I think that's illustrative of like how to overcome in general. And then kind of maybe a more interesting one, George B. Case, one of the founders of White Case. I'm very interested in the history of founders and people that build things over time. And in the beginning, these lawyers, these founders of these big law firms, they were founders and they had to build things and they had to go through some of the same struggles as you and me. Maybe they had some great relationships with people that were really highly esteemed in industry, and so that gave them a leg up. But nevertheless, they had these things that they were building, and I think they had to go from sort of being in one area to covering all area, being full service. That was kind of the model that they used to grow these businesses. And I think there's some interesting points that we could discuss over dinner. The four of us. What a dinner that would be.
I tell you, that is a great answer. And Tabber Benedict, you have said it all. You are helping people with their corporate matters one day at a time. And I want to thank you for being a wonderful guest on 5 Minutes with Reed.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate being here.